You've heard the terms psychopath and sociopath before, on crime shows, in courtrooms, in YouTube comments, when talking about your ex. But here's the truth.
You can't handle the truth!
Most people have no idea what they actually mean. Are they just dramatic labels? Are they clinical diagnoses? And what's the real difference between the two? In this video, we're breaking down the psychology behind these terms, clearly, calmly, and based on science. Neither psychopath nor sociopath is an official diagnosis in modern psychology. Both are considered informal labels used to describe traits seen in people with antisocial personality disorder, or ASPD, a condition characterized by a long-term pattern of disregard for others. Psychologists have noticed that people with ASPD often fall into two rough types, and that's where psychopathy and sociopathy come in. The terms help us describe patterns of behavior, even if they aren't medically official. So, what's the difference? Psychopaths tend to be cold, calculating, and emotionally detached. They can be charming, intelligent, and completely lacking in empathy. They often manipulate others for personal gain and feel no remorse. Sociopaths, on the other hand, are more impulsive and reactive. They may struggle with emotional outbursts and are more likely to form some limited attachments, but still show little regard for rules or morality. Think of it this way. Both types may lie, manipulate, or harm others, but how they do it and why can be very different. One of the biggest debates in psychology is whether people are born with these traits or shaped by their environment. In the case of psychopathy and sociopathy, the answer is likely both. Psychopathy is thought to have a stronger biological basis. Brain scans of diagnosed psychopaths often show reduced activity in the amygdala, the area of the brain responsible for processing emotion, fear, and empathy. Some researchers believe psychopathy may be partly genetic, passed down through traits like low emotional reactivity or poor impulse control. These individuals may appear calm, collected, even charming, but lack the emotional wiring that prevents most people from hurting others. Sociopathy, on the other hand, is more strongly linked to environmental factors. Childhood trauma, abuse, neglect, or growing up in a violent or unstable home can all contribute to antisocial traits. Sociopaths might form emotional attachments, but often struggle with anger, impulsivity, and unstable behavior, symptoms more associated with learned survival patterns than inherited ones. In other words, a psychopath may be born with a different brain. A sociopath may be shaped by a damaging environment. But this isn't a strict binary. And it's important to understand that human behavior is incredibly complex. Many people with antisocial traits show a blend of both biological and environmental influences. That's why modern psychologists focus less on labels and more on understanding the individual's history, patterns, and risk factors. In criminal psychology, understanding these distinctions can help assess risk, behavior, and treatment options. A psychopath may seem calm and rational, but still pose long-term danger because of their ability to manipulate and plan. A sociopath might lash out violently, but also may respond better to structured intervention. Neither label excuses harmful behavior, but knowing the difference helps us understand how and why some people cross the line. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit subscribe and stick around for more videos on criminal behavior, profiling, and forensic psychology. Leave a comment below.